Thanks for staying with us. Quarter past the hour now. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's won parliamentary elections, but the victory may have left a bitter taste in the mouth of his Likud party. That's because the centrist party scored more seats than predicted, and was one of the surprises of Tuesday's vote, after campaigning more on domestic issues than external nuclear threats. As RT's Paul Slee reports, it may leave the Prime Minister desperate enough to build an unexpected coalition to save his place.
The voting here might be in secret, but what's no secret is the result. There was never really any doubt that Prime Minister Netanyahu would win another term in office. But the nod on paper isn't matched by the anger on the street.
We know that Netanyahu brought about a deficit of $39 billion. He's going to cut the welfare, social, education and health budgets. This is what the next 4 years will look like.
I'm scared to death. I really am. It'll be a disaster. Very simply, he's going to rob us of the chance to fulfill true Zionism in Israel.
Netanyahu's hands will be tied trying to keep a lid on domestic anger. Half of Israelis are more concerned about the economy than making peace with the Palestinians or dealing with Iran's nuclear ambitions. But it's precisely these issues that see Israel on a coalition course with the international community.
He's continuing to build new settlements daily, not weekly. And this is really a very powerful signal to the Palestinians, to the Arab world, and to the international community that is not willing to move forward along the road of two-state settlement.
This settlement was founded nearly 30 years ago by just 15 families. It's since grown 50-fold at a rate of about 100 families a year.
For the world to tell me that if I'm going to build a summer home 1.5 kilometers across from my house is an obstacle to peace is absurd. The facts are such that Jews came back to their ancient land. The facts are such that we as a population are growing. I am not willing to move from my house. For what? For what peace?
Netanyahu has vowed that the days of uprooting Jews are behind. He needs the support of the settlers and right-wing parties if his coalition is to succeed. A gamble American President Barack Obama has reportedly warned will lead the country down the path of isolation. It's no secret Netanyahu and Obama don't see eye to eye, and not just on what's happening within Israel's borders.
I think the issue of Iran will come back to the table. It will not surprise, I think, anyone in Israel if we'll see an Israeli attack during the next year or two. For Netanyahu, he's seen as a critical threat to Israel, and two, it is enabling him to postpone the Palestinian issue.
And so now begins the arduous task of coalition building. It could take weeks of bargaining and negotiations before the final makeup of the new government is declared. If Netanyahu stays true to the polls, he could be on course to give Israel the most hardline government in its history. Paul Slee, RT, Tel Aviv.
Political analyst Kamel Wazni says Netanyahu will be faced with a lot of horse trading, both at home and abroad, now that the elections are over.
He came very weak, and he needed probably to go to the extreme right, and that's going to be very difficult for him because he has to deal with Obama, and he has to deal with the new administration that brought with them probably Chuck Hagel and Kerry. Those people, obviously, they have different agenda. They're looking for maybe a diplomatic means to solve the crisis. On the other hand, I think Mr. Netanyahu, he looked to build more settlement and cause more friction with the Palestinians by insisting on building settlement. The way he's taken the Middle East, he probably taken it into escalation, where the American, I think at this point, looking to close some file in the Middle East and move to Southeast Asia. I don't think they wanted any new war, especially against Iran at this time.